The first part of the service is going to be dewebbing the home and knocking down any spider webs or wasp nests. This is after we've communicated with the customer, letting him know that we are at the home. These web pulls extend up to about 24 feet, and where we are dewebbing is going to be all eaves, all cracks and crevices and corners around the home. But it is not just up high. We go down around the base for any extra spider webs, and then we're going to be up high. And again, we're going to be careful around our light fixtures because these are not on as stiffly as you think they would be. Around doorways, making sure we're removing wasp nests and spider webs, and specific wasp nests called mud daubers, which look like dirt on these brick areas. We have a separate tool, a paint hook, that we unscrew this web brush and we screw on a paint hook, and we are able to scrape off these mud daubers. They do not come off clean, but we remove the bulk of the nest for the customer. So moving away from the front door, as you can see, we will have dewebs along these rain gutters and going up high, and especially up in this peak. This is an example of how to show you how far these web pulls will extend. There are certain homes that are too tall that we cannot reach, but on average, we can hit about 27 feet is the safe assumption. These web pulls extend 24 feet, plus the average height of a person is 5 feet. But as you can see, there's actually a wasp up there trying to nest. You may not be able to see that black dot, but with our sprayer, which I'll show in another video, we don't want to hit windows. And so what we usually will do is apply some form of product to our brush head to make sure we are not having wasps nest up in those peaks. Or if we are needing to prevent wasps or knock down active wasp nests from the peaks. So as you can see, it extends far, but there are certain homes with the style of their peaks that they'll be extra tall that we cannot reach, especially with our sprayer. We treat the second story eaves to the best of our ability. So continuing around the home, as you can see, we'll be able to reach that peak up there. We'll be able to hit underneath these eaves. We'll be going around each of these windows. Again, following around the home, we're going to be hitting all cracks and corners and crevices to make sure that we're knocking down all spider webs and wasp nests around the home. This is the most detailed part of the service and the most time-consuming part of the service. If there are large homes, this is on the larger side of a home. If there are large homes that are against water or lakes or rivers, and you see a good amount of spider webs, which should be helpful as part of an inspection, the technician is going to need extra time to make sure we are hitting these areas properly and correctly. But we will be hitting all around here, again, top to bottom, making sure we're knocking down spider webs and wasp nests, getting rid of the thing that customers can actually see. We're going to be careful around lights in different areas and going up high and around in the deck area. There's usually mud daubers and other wasp nests here. And then again, if you have homes like this where there's a second deck, it is difficult for us to get up there, but if there are wasp nests, we can find a way to get up in there, and we can find a way to get product up in those eaves as well, typically with a smaller sprayer walking through their house. We also put on shoe covers when we're walking through customers' houses. But if there was water right here, and let's say a deck that you had stairs up to, it would be really time consuming to make sure we're getting that deck completely dewebbed, because there are individual slats on the underside of decks.